Hey guys, Long Haul Larry and
Me.
I'm actually packing some stuff up and heading back to the farm. I'm going to be meeting up with JBG Travels. The ride is going to be a painful one, but I got to head back, and I'll explain that in a minute why. I'm going to try to do a 2-day turnaround. We'll see how it goes for me. But I did get a package from a subscriber, and it's from Dennis out in California. And the funny thing is, I get news feeds on my phone all the time, pops up. I got a news feed that said something about Biden visiting California. Something, I don't know what it's about. I didn't open it. Let's see. Dennis, he says, glad you're getting better. I am getting better every day. Had a pretty rough week last week. It's a work in progress thing. Doing the best I can here. On all that and stuff, I'm working the best I can on it. And I know I've had people saying, not wearing a back brace and stuff. Yeah, I do that off and on. I kind of feel that's a crutch. That's not building muscle in my back and stuff. So I try not to wear it as much as I can, but sometimes I have to. I'm trying to get to the point of working that I can get back to work without hurting myself more. I'm not going to be having a lifelong injury. I kind of do, but I don't want to have problems, bigger problems down my life and everything because I didn't take the time to heal right. So I'm trying to do this right. So I just do all the things I have to do, and then I try to do some activities that I'm able to comprehend, that I'm able to do. You know, and sometimes I do a little bit much, and then I gotta pull myself back and stuff. It's kind of one of the reasons why I'm not at the farm, because if I was down at the farm, I know I'd be doing some stuff that I shouldn't be doing. So to tell you the truth, that's why I'm up here. But he says, glad you're getting better. He says he went through this. He says, if I went through what you went through, I would have been a baby when it comes to pain. Yeah, there was a lot of pain there. He says he hasn't had any surgeries. And he says, enclosed are a few things that I hope you can use. I have to clean up my junk room, aka his computer room. He says it's a pack rat. When I say clearance item, I just do not buy one. I buy 5 or 10, thinking I'll use it in the future. Well, that backfired. And the little horn is for Boo Boo Bear in case you see him in the backyard. Will he be mean? No, he'll probably come up. Let me scratch his ear, I'm thinking. I don't know what'll happen after I scratch his ear, but yeah. Take care and say hi to Tracy from California with many exclamation points. It's pronounced California. So he sent me a whole bunch of different things. Placemats. And the thing is that I'm sitting here, me and Tracy have been talking and all this stuff about bringing stuff here to, you know, or living here permanently and stuff. I keep telling Tracy she's going to have to go through and get rid of a lot of stuff. She's kind of a bit of a hoarder. Right there she is. But, and then here Dennis sends us a whole bunch of stuff. Gourmet almonds. Nope, we're not going to open those. We're leaving. A laser pointer. Here, put it in the screen. Right across. Ooh, look at, now you're getting flashed at. Yeah. And this is going to work really good for kitty cats. They'll chase that all over. A water detector alert. Maybe put that down underneath the water heater or something. Well, Tracy's playing with the laser pointer. 180 door viewer. I guess you put this through a door so you can peep out the door. I don't know. I never lock my doors anyway, so I guess Billy doesn't know peeping in. People can just come in. Some kind of ball. Oh, and it squeaks.
Oh, she don't like that. She likes this stuff.
But Penny will probably like that.
She'll love it.
When a drunk carpenter comes up with my daughter sometime, Penny will enjoy that. A lot of spinners. That's Tracy. She can have one in each hand and toes and everything else. Mini infrared thermometer. It's a whole box full of stuff. These are kind of cool. Huh?
What? Hey!
The old pop it things where you throw and they pop. And right here, this is a trailer lock. And guess what? We're leaving for a couple days. I'm leaving my trailer up here. I'm going to use that right now if I hit the keys in there. I didn't see a key in there, but something's wrapped in some paper toweling. What do we got? 8 colors for the toilet. It's a toilet bowl light.
Oh boy.
So I guess I can light up the toilet. Oh, they just flashed. Probably got to put batteries in them. I guess this clamps on the toilet or something.
You said how you train house.
Potty train on. Some LED light bulbs that screw into a outlet. They're little LEDs. I think there's quite a few of those. 4 of those. A bottle of hand sanitizer. Everybody gives that away for free now. Remember, it used to be $15 for a little tiny bottle like that. Got some spinny tops. That's another Tracy thing. You can sit around and spin tops and spinnies. LED light control night lights. A whole bunch of Good RX cards used to get off on medication. It looks to be an LP hose. I don't have LP stuff. Well, I got a little heater.
Yeah. A torpedo.
Yeah. I use pellets. So I guess this is the horn to scare off Boo Boo.
Oh, no.
Woo! That just scared the poop out of some kitty cats.
Oh.
And speaking of poop, there's 2 turds. Somebody didn't have a lot of fiber in this one. They're made out of styrofoam, I guess. So I got a little package from Dennis, a bunch of stuff, and here we're trying to cut down on stuff. We're got Dennis sending me stuff. But thank you, Dennis. Is the key in this thing? Because I will put this on my trailer now. It's in here. There they are. There's the keys. Cool. Some more keys to lose.
No.
No. So I guess I'll do a quick show around. The reason why I'm heading back is I have issues with the tractor with Pop. And if you don't know about the tractor, well, it was the last video. And Tracy has nicknamed it Pop for pile of poop. She thinks it's a pile of poop because it's rusty and stuff. So I'll show you guys around. But anyways, a hydraulic ram was broken on it. And when I bought it from the guy, he talked to me and said that there was a hydraulic place in Calumet, which I live pretty close to, Calumet, Michigan. And he said that he had talked to them or something, and they said for like $300 they could fix it. So I was like, okay. And I Googled it, and I found it. It's a hydraulic place up here. It's the only one around here. And I went over there, and I described it to him exactly. I told him everything was wrong with it. The whole ram was bent and everything. And I said, so it's going to have the new inner part, the shaft, and all that stuff. And then he was like, okay, well, yeah, I'd probably guess around $500. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I got the tractor over here, and we had the thing hauled over here and stuff, and we offloaded it down the road and drove it in here. And I pulled that ram off, and we threw it in the back of my old Expedition, and I ran it over there and handed it, dropped it off to him. And he looked at it and he was like, oh, and I'm just like, dude, this is not a piece of equipment that's used every day or nothing else. This is just an old tractor, and he has like all kinds of equipment laying around there, logging equipment and construction equipment and road maintenance equipment that he's working on building, doing rams and works on for companies and such. you know, I mean, $500,000 pieces of equipment and stuff, you know, company for bigger companies. And, you know, I think he was going at, you know, it's going to be something that, you know, something like that. A little overthought there. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I'll take it apart and see what I can do, see how bad it is. Well, then I got back home, and I was home for, I don't know, an hour or two. Then I got a phone call. Then he was like, I can't even get this thing apart. And he goes, so I'm going to have to order a new one. And then he's talking, he's going to cut the ends off of this hydraulic ram, weld it onto the new hydraulic ram, so the mounts are the same, and all this stuff. And he's saying now he's up to $600 probably. And I'm like, whatever. You know, I'm kind of stuck up here. What it can be done. And then he's all like, well, I need to order, and what's the stroke? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. And he's like, well, the old one, you can pull it out, measure it. And I said, how about I just pull the old one, the other one off, because there's two of them on the bucket, and they match, they have to be the exact same. And I said, how about if I just pull that one off and bring it to you, and that way you can check it out, and you can make sure you order the right one. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah. So we pulled that one off, put that one in the Onyx station, ran it over there, handed it off to him. And then, you know, and he's all like, okay, well, yeah, I think this is the way it's going to have to be done and stuff. And then he's talking $700. And I was just like, okay, he goes, well, I'll call you with a price. I said, don't call me with a price. If it's $600, just do it. Just get it done with. And I says, I need this to be done, not, you know, 2 months from now. I'd like to have this done in like a week. And I said, just so you know, you're getting up, you know, you're going to be half the price of this dang tractor pretty soon here. And I says, just for a one hydraulic ram. And I says, you know, I told him how the guy told me he talked to him before. It was $300. And I came talk to him, it was $500. Then it was like $600. Now we're $700. And I says, you know, just get it done. And I don't know. I don't know if it's because I have Wisconsin plates on my truck. I think it is. And I think he's looking at me and some out of towner, you know, and all this stuff. And I think he just keep going up and on. So I kind of set him straight that this is going to be the end of this, that he needs to do this, and this is the price. And I left, and I came back home, and he's like, okay, well, I'll search all online, so, you know, get one ordered, and we'll get going on this. And so I drove back home, and I mean, I'm 8 minutes away maybe. And I come walking in the garage. As I'm walking in the garage, my phone rings. And it's him. And I answer the phone. I'm like, yeah? And he goes, yeah, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do for you. They're out of stock. And I was like, what? And I'm like, so where do we go from here? He goes, well, I'm just not going to be able to do anything for you. He goes, I'll set them outside and you can come pick them up. And that was the end of the call. And I'm like, what? I got mad. And I'm like, Tracy's over shaking her head. Yeah, I was mad. And I mean, there's no way possible. I mean, he has to be the fastest searcher online in the world, that he looked all different companies at different hydraulics and everything else, that he found out in that 8-minute drive home that he's not going to be able to get one. And I was just like, this is just this. Well, that's the bleep out my words. And so I drove back over there, and I pulled up, and he was on the phone with somebody, and he told me it would be $50 just to look at him. And there was another kid there, and he came out, and he's like, well, I can help you load them. And I'm like, whatever. And so he threw him in the back of the truck and stuff, and I walked over there, and then he came out, got out the phone, and I said, what do I owe you? And he's like, nothing. He goes, I really didn't do anything. And my thinking was, yeah, you didn't do anything. And the thing is, he tried to get that old ram apart, and he was saying that when it bent, it bent out the old ram mount and all this stuff, and he's like, see, there's a little gap here. And I'm like, dude, he's got a big shop, lathes and presses and all this stuff. You can see he didn't even put a torch on this thing. This thing has been together probably since 1975. And he, you know, he's just gonna stick a wrench on there and turn this and unthread this. I mean, come on. I mean, he didn't even heat it with a torch or nothing. And I was just like, you know, if I had my shop, I could do this, no problem. But then, and I told him, and I says, yeah, all right. And I says, well, and I kind of looked online at some different rams when he called me a second time. And I started looking online and stuff, and I found some companies online that were selling Rams for like $183. 4-inch Rams, 24-inch stroke. And I asked him, I said, did you measure the stroke? Yeah. I said, well, what is it? And he's like, I think it's 24. He didn't even measure it. And I sat there and I told him, I said, well, you know, I looked online and I found Rams that were in stock and everything else could be ordered and have 24-inch deal. Stroke, you got 4-inch shaft on them, 4-inch Ram, 1.5 shaft, that's what it is. It's just the ends are different that mount on the tractor. And I says, you know, I can order these things up $183. And he's talking, you know, $600 just for one and all this. Grab Peanut. I don't know what it is about the camera. Every time I fire up the camera, she comes into the camera. And she tries to sniff it and everything. And and he was all like, well, the ends are going to have to be changed and all this stuff. And I looked at him, I says, you know what? I says, I can do this. I says, you don't know who I am. I says, I can pretty much build anything, do things like this. And I says, I just have to run all the way back to Wisconsin, which I didn't want to do. And I'm going to have to get my welder and John is bringing my plasma cutter back from Maryland. It was out there in a shop in Maryland, and he was out there, and I called him, and he's bringing my plasma cutter. And I'm going to grab some steel and a few different tools, and I'm going to sit out here and do it. I won't be able to do it fast and speedy, but I can work here on it as best I can. So I have ordered up 2 Rams, and the price of the 2 Rams and $114 in shipping is still almost $200 cheaper than what this guy was quoting me. And so, you know, and he was all like, well, the ends I said, dude, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. And I just left. I'm going to tell you, it was just pure laziness. And all it was, and he said to me, he says, well, you know, you seemed troubled that it was going to be $600 to $700 and stuff. And he goes, and I just think this is going to be a lot more work. And I think it's going to be a lot of trouble. I think it's going to be trouble. So I just decided I'm not going to do it. And it's like, how lazy are people? I mean, it was a simple thing. I mean, I can get one without being a company. I can get a Ram that's the correct size for $183. I asked him about the PSI, what it should be rated at. And he said, oh, 3,000 would be tons. And that's what these are, is 3,000. I don't know, Peanut goes. So, you know, I don't know. I just think it's pure laziness. I mean, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But, so, I'm going to be running back to the farm, and I'm going to take off today. And I got to meet John on Thursday, and that'll give me tomorrow to pretty much recover down there and try to get, you know, back in a condition I can move around and stuff. And then I'll go and meet up with John on Thursday morning and grab my plasma cutter and get somebody over there to help me load all the stuff up that I need and everything and load up the old Expedition. And then I'll try to come back up here as fast as I can. And it's going to be a little sore for doing this. And since I'm going home, Tracy decides she's going to leave. But she's not going to tell her daughter. Because her daughter just got married and all this. And they're selling their house. They have a house together, and they've decided they're going to sell this house, and they got some land from his parents, and they're going to build a house. So they're going to sell the house, take that money, pay off the mortgage, and then start building a house out there. And in the meantime, they've rented an apartment to move into while they go through this little transition. And so all the stuff is being moved, and everything's being cleaned and everything, and they were on the phone yesterday. And she's like, I really wish you were here to help or watch, you know, the kids and stuff while this be done. And she's like, oh, I would if I was there. and then this all came up, and I'm like, why don't you go home? No, I don't want to go home. I'm like, you don't have to tell her you're there. Then she decided, yeah, I'm going to go home.
They know I'm coming. They called this morning.
So if she wasn't sitting 10 feet behind, you'd see her nose growing straight up. She's not telling anybody she's gonna sneak into town and not say anything that she's there.
They know.
And so she's gonna head home too for a couple days. I don't know when she might come back up this weekend. I don't know. I don't know, but I'll show you guys what things I've been doing. I gotta tell you right now, Tracy has been a slave driver.
Oh, please.
She has been just do this and do this and do this and you can do this and you can. And she's just been adding on to my list of stuff and everything. But I've gotten quite a bit of small stuff. I've gotten most of my projects done around the interior of this house. I'll show you what's going on.
Now your list just grew.
Well, there's Elvis. And Elvis is not a good travel kitty. This cat howls. It's a 2-hour and 45-minute drive from Tracy's. And this cat will howl for 2.5 hours of that.
3.5 hours.
Or whatever. And that cat will howl. So we're leaving the kitties here. That's the thing about cats. You can leave them alone for a day or two. So they're actually going to stay here by themselves. And I guess Peanut is in charge.
Yep.
We don't know why, because Elvis is older. I don't know.
She's more responsible.
She's more responsible. Let's see. What have I done in here? I cut these shelves. These were like wire shelves that Tracy had picked up. And you put things on, and there was like wires that went in between there, and things would tip over and stuff. So she had this idea. I had that 1/4-inch kind of paneling stuff that has like a finish on it. And has a wood grain finish on it. And she asked me to cut out some, so I cut out some that fit right on there. They just sit right in there. And then she stained them. So they match kind of the rest of the kitchen. So we got that done. Nothing in there. This is a Wi-Fi thing that I am making a video about right now. We're in the testing phase of it right now. But that's helping with stuff. Underneath all of this, sheets and everything. I don't know why she covered them with sheets.
There's a reason.
Oh, there's always a reason. These are the doors. I have finished building the doors. And now it is Tracy's part. See, this is what I was talking about. That's the plywood underneath there. And then this stuff here is that finished stuff. And that will be glued in there. I have not glued it in there yet because it's easier for her to paint the white trim without that in and stain that separately, and then I'll glue it together later. So there's 2 doors there. Ouch. And those will be the doors for those 2 cabinets. The cabinets are all done on my end. It's all painting now, and that's Tracy's job. Then I got the shelves up there. You can see we got the shelves up there. We got enough room for 6 helmets. Why do we have 6 helmets when we're only 2 people?
Because we have 7.
We have 7.
The other one's at my house.
And
because, I don't know. I only wear the one with the thing on it.
She's the one, she has the ugly cover one. It's not, and she says it has to be on this bottom shelf and everything. But the thing is, it's the most uncool helmet ever. It's got a brake light on it. It's got a brake light. What helmet do you get with a brake light? This basically is my helmet right here, my main helmet that I wear. It's got heated goggles. I have these battery packs that go on there, and that's really nice. It's carbon fiber, it's super lightweight and stuff. This one is my summer one. This is for my dirt bike and stuff. And this is my old one that I used to use. It's a modular one. And I can't even remember. Oh, it's on the side. That flips up and stuff. And that's got a heated visor and stuff. And that's actually got my microphone thing for my GoPro mounted on it. I used to wear that when I was trail riding. But when I had my neck surgery, the thing is pretty heavy. And so I went with a carbon fiber one. This one here we bought just this last winter for the girls. For my oldest daughter, she wears that one. And then this one here, was this one yours or mine?
Which one?
This one is mine, isn't it?
I have the exact same one at home.
Yeah, so this one's mine. I bought this on clearance last year.
That fits one of the girls.
Yeah.
That's why we have extra ones.
Yeah, it's for the kids and stuff. But I got all the trim done all around the baseboard. It's all loose. It's not nailed in because she wants to paint it first. Make it easier. And I got all the trim done all the way around the top. That's all done. I got the shelves done. This is going to be the shelves for when I come back. We have like walkie-talkie things and all my goggle heaters and all this stuff. And this way you can put them in here. And that's why I put those all those plugs there. So you can just set them right there. You don't have to run around the house, try to find them all. And when we built this, it's really dark in here. But we built this mount over in this corner too, and got a little fan up there. So in the wintertime when this heater is going, the heat always sits up in this corner. It gets really hot over in this corner. That way the fan can sit here and oscillate and blow the heat out of that corner and blow it around the rest of the room. And then these are, those 2 pieces of plywood are some shelves that Tracy requested for under the bathroom sink. She says there's wasted space. And then this is another door. And this one is for the bathroom. Same thing, it's got that plywood in there, the paneling stuff. But this one's all done and glued and put together. And that will be for the bathroom cabinet to finish that off. And then that other box is a box that Tracy requested for her desk. Because she uses multi-monitors. And she's been using this cardboard box that one of the AT&T home Wi-Fi things came in. So she requested to make one and she's going to paint it too. So, and I guess I got to get that shelf put up too. But we're waiting on that cell phone booster thing, where it's going to be placed, how it's going to work the best and stuff. So we'll do that when we come back.
To decide what monitors.
Oh yeah, what monitors? Yeah, so we got the outside packed up. And there's old Pop sitting out the window there. Don't look at the mess. It's a disaster. But I just kind of piled everything over there in the corner just to make room for Quasi. And, well, we haven't told you what the name of the lawnmower, and I haven't finished that yet. But I got to get back and clean all this up and everything else. And then Tracy's been working on this furniture over there. That's going to be for the living room. That's going to be going in the living room. And this is like solid oak furniture. And I guess she's going to stain the top. I think she's going to stain the bottom too. I don't know why not. And she's already sanded the tops on all of them. And then she's going to paint the sides of them to add some color into the bedroom, I guess. Or into the living room. So this is going to be some stuff on the end of the chairs and couches and stuff. And then some kind of table thing she wants to do up against a wall or something. I don't know. I try not to pay attention. And then I built another little shelf there for my scroll saw. Brought that up from Wisconsin. And I brought my drill press up. And I was out in my hobby shop. Brought that stuff up and built a little mounts for that, where that can be mounted. And then I did bring my bench grinder, a little bench grinder I had in my hobby shop. I brought that up. It's got a wire wheel on one side and a grinder wheel on the other. And then my little sander. It's got a little flat wheel and it's got the little belt on it. And so I got the old Expedition all ready to go. I think it's running great. But we're going to leave the trailer up here. So I'll utilize that lock that Dennis sent me and put that on the trailer. Not too really worried about it, but I got all my deck stuff all stacked on there. I don't want to unslinch it because it's wet and sitting out in the sun. And if I do that, it'll all warp. So I'm trying to keep it all bundled up. This is what I'm working on. And it's going to be... The thing is that these new deals, the ends don't match up quite right. But I've actually looked at them, and they are actually the same size as this inside, but they're kind of a tang thing that fits over top. And the other ones were solid, so they're a lot more strength. So I'm actually going to be welding some pieces in between there. I've actually measured them. They'll fit perfectly inside here. And then on the other end, those are like a lot bigger. And I'll probably just fill it up with some kind of spacers or something. But that's why I'm going back to get the welder and plasma cutter and a bunch of other stuff so I can accomplish this job. And then I ordered those rams, and they should be here Friday, it said. So hopefully they show up Friday. And I should be back here by then and start working on this project. So I'm off for Wisconsin.
Me too.
Me too, she says. Well, we're going in different directions. She's had enough of me for a couple weeks now. It's like every 2 weeks she has to get away from me.
You're so full of it. It's only been a week.
No, we're down to your house.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're almost 3 weeks you've been together, so.
Oh my gosh.
No wonder why she's running so fast.
got projects to do. I gotta mow the lawn.
Gotta mow the lawn. So yeah, so we're gonna be heading back to Wisconsin. I gotta take care of this, get back there, and then I'll do some recovery tomorrow, and then meet up with old JBG Travels, and then back up here, I guess. So I will let you guys go. I hope that everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they watch this here video. And if you're not, certainly try that all over again tomorrow. Catch you later. Bye.
Bye.